Welcome to Chapter 5, Understanding CRM, Big Data, and Marketing Analytics. This chapter is all about using data for optimized marketing performance. CRM systems, or customer relationship management systems, can help businesses increase customer engagement by tracking customer interactions across all channels and by providing personalized and relevant content and offers. This can lead to more customers returning to the business and making repeat purchases. Customer acquisition. Acquisition of the right customers based on known or learned characteristics that will drive growth and increase margins. Customer retention. Retention of satisfied and loyal, profitable customers and channels, and thus to grow the business profitably over the long run. Customer profitability. Increased individual customer margins while offering the right products at the right time. One of the most important metrics in a CRM is that of customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value is very closely related to customer loyalty, or the demonstration that time and time again, investment in CRM yields a more successful long-term relationships with customers. And these relationships pay handsomely in terms of cost savings, revenue growth, profits, referrals, and other important business success factors. It is possible to actually calculate an estimate of the projected financial returns from a customer or a return on customer investment, ROCI, over the long run. This analysis provides a very useful strategic tool for deciding which customers deserve what levels of investment of various resources: money, people, time, information, etc. Proliferation of ROCI analysis has raised the prospects of firing a customer who exhibit a low predicted lifetime value and instead investing resources in other more profitable customers. Of course, such action assumes other more attractive customers exist. The CRM process cycle is a four-stage process that helps businesses manage their customer relationships effectively. The four stages are: number 1, identifying the different customer segments, understanding their needs and wants, tracking their interactions with the business. The retailer collects customer data from its website, point of sale, and customer service databases. The retailer then uses this data to identify its different customer segments, such as first-time shoppers, repeat shoppers, and high-value customers. The retailer also uses this data to track customer interactions, such as purchase history, website visits, and customer inquiries. The second stage of the CRM process cycle is to discover new knowledge about customers. This can be done by analyzing customer data, conducting customer surveys, and gathering feedback from customer service representatives. The retailer analyzes its customer data and conducts customer surveys to discover new knowledge about its customers. These plans will help identify target customer segments, the marketing messages that will resonate with them, and the channels that will be used to reach them. The retailer also provides customer support through its customer service department. The retailer uses this stage to build relationships with customers, resolve their issues, and provide them with a positive experience. Advances in information technology have changed the ways that customers and organizations function. Laptops, smartphones, and other smart devices have changed how individuals perform, work, access and organize information, and communicate with each other. In addition, these tools have enabled the collection of vast amounts of data with significant implications for comprehending how various phenomena can be better understood and acted on. Big data is a treasure trove for marketers. It provides a wealth of information and insights that can be significantly used to enhance marketing strategies. Big data is very messy and incomplete, so it's important to make sure that the data is cleaned and normalized before it's used. This will help ensure that the data is accurate and reliable. Big data can be very complex, so it's important to have the necessary skills and tools to analyze it. and this may require hiring data scientists or investing in big data analytics software. For marketing managers, the rise of big data has provided significant opportunities to better understand several important elements of customer behavior. These include the varying experiences that make up the process through which customers choose to purchase a product or service, the different touch points that customers have with an organization through their use of a product or service, and the ways in which customers interact with and experience different products and services. In fact, some managers often include a fifth V when considering the different characteristics of big data. Value. Without a clear idea of the value that can be obtained from big data, there is limited justification for the expense of its collection and storage. Structured data refers to data that is generated in such a way that a logical organization is imposed on it during its generation, thus enabling it to be more readily analyzable for knowledge creation. Structured data is easily placed into specific categories and stored within information systems for future analysis. Structured data is typically either numeric or text that is substantially limited to a certain set of input values, male, female, for example. It is the type of data that is generally found in relational databases or spreadsheets. It is generally organized into tables with columns that make it clear of what types of information will be included in each of these entries within a given column. Whereas unstructured data refers to data that is generated in such a way that it does not possess a specific organizational structure that renders it readily analyzable for knowledge creation. Unstructured data may not be immediately actionable in the way that structured data is, but it has become the most common form of data available to organizations and a potentially rich source of deep insights on customer behavior or customer relationships. Unstructured data can include posts that people make on social media, emails sent to customer service representatives, call logs, information that salespeople put into CRM systems, or even descriptions of interactions with potential customers, videos discussing their experiences with products, images, memes, anything that pretty much includes any type of qualitative data or expressions of feelings about brands or experiences, as well as any additional types of input. But from a higher level view, structured data can be thought of as quantitative, and unstructured is qualitative. Semi-structured data fits between structured and unstructured data in the sense that it contains some elements of structure that make it easier for machines to understand its organization, but it still contains parts that do not possess an appropriate level of structure to make them readily analyzable by automated means for knowledge creation. Semi-structured data does not readily adhere to a strict set of standards. So a typical example from the web would be an XML file or tags or markings within that XML file that provide a degree of organization to the data, but has more semantic meaning. An additional effort is required to create structured data from these files so that the output can be stored in a manner that enables a wider range of analysis. Here are some specific examples of how structured and unstructured data can be used for marketing. So a clothing retailer could use structured data to track customer purchase history, identify their best-selling products, and this can be used to develop targeted marketing campaigns to make sure that we have the right products in stock. Or technology companies could use structured data to track customer usage patterns and identify features in products that are most popular. So this information could then be used to develop new products and services or improve existing ones. The information systems that companies use for different internally and externally facing business functions provide valuable information for better understanding how to maximize the value of these customers. CRM systems often act as central hubs of customer-related data, and many contain capabilities that enable them to easily integrate within other applications used by the organization. The advantage of centralizing information into one place through integration of multiple applications is that it facilitates a more holistic view of the firm's current and potential customers and allows for analysis of different levels of sophistication to be conducted using that related data. So some of the transaction data can be collected through a POS or point of sale system in retail locations. Then it can also provide insight into what kinds of products, services, and promotional offerings would appeal to that customer. Then looking at their web-related activity is also a major source of data generation. So this will track every action that a customer takes on a website, creating a data point that has potential to provide valuable insights for marketing managers. All this data would be collected in a weblog, which records specific actions that a user takes on a website in reverse chronological order. So we can see what exactly they're clicking on, how long they're looking at something, do they return back to that, and how often they are looking at that product, how many days they're thinking about that product, and then we can also look at their checkout history as well. So this use of clickstream data at an early stage in the customer's exploration can give insight into his or her intentions. One implication of this type of knowledge is that it's possible to increase the likelihood that a customer will make a purchase during a browsing session by dynamically altering aspects of the site based off of that customer's predicted intentions. So we might send them a promotion or a sales promotion for that certain item or a discount code, and that would enhance the ability that they would then proceed to check out or lead to conversion rates. So understanding or modifying this consumer behavior can also impact our pricing strategies, but also is working in tandem with our promotional elements that help make that customer's focus on making that purchase decision. Data generated through social media platforms is very diverse in nature, related to the different means of communication that are emphasized or enabled by these different social media platforms. So think about all the different formats in which social media data is now presented. Image, short form video, long form video, text, comment, likes, right? This gives so many different variations of ways that these users can communicate with each other on social media. So, for example, those that make regular posts about topics on their preferred social media channels may generate larger followings of enthusiastic, engaged people who pay close attention to their views. But it's also important to understand those that just comment on social media, right? Those that may spread positive or negative word of mouth on different social media platforms, right, in terms of their comments. Those who have a high level of influence versus a lower level of influence also gives relative interest to those social media marketers that may be interested in working with them for certain product endorsements or product placements in terms of their content. So people and organizations who have a reported level of knowledge or social influence in their field are then very valuable resources to those social media marketers. Marketing analytics that leverage big data provide significant capabilities for organizations in the form of deep customer insights. Advances in technology have made it easier than ever before to deliver dynamic and personalized experiences to customers at lower costs and ingest investments in the marketing mix as deemed appropriate. Many believe that today is the best time ever to be a marketing manager due to the capabilities available for better decision making. Below is considered two specific capabilities that result from big data and applied marketing analytics in more detail: the marketing mix enhancement and increased personalization of products, services, and customer experiences. A key consideration that arises when assessing the impact of the marketing mix is attribution, which can be thought of as determining how to give appropriate credit to different elements of the marketing mix through the measurement of their effects. In the digital context, it's generally straightforward to tie exposure to marketing mix elements online to a desired outcome, such as clicking on the purchase button. With this data alone, it might be possible to estimate in a quantifiable sense the impact that different online elements of the marketing mix have on the desired outcome, but there still are some caveats. The ability to effectively provide more personalized products, services, and customer experiences for convenience, we'll refer to this as a trio of offerings, right? Our products, services, and experiences. To customers is dependent on understanding the characteristics of different customers and what types of offerings that customers value the most. One of the most prominent applications of personalization using marketing analytics are the recommendation systems that electronic retailers and digital content providers employ. Content filtering is an analytic method that identifies which products or services to recommend based on a determination of how similar a product or service seems to be to those that the customer has demonstrated a preference for in the past. Such approach is dependent on products or services being assigned different characteristics stored as data that can be used to quantitatively determine the degree of similarity between any two products or services in a way that enables relative comparisons between the different pairs. These collaborative filtering predicts a customer's preferences for those products or services based off of the observed preferences of customers who are perceived to be similar. Determining which customers are similar is generally based on the analysis of data related to each customer's behavior and preferences on that related website. Personalization can be achieved at three possible levels of granularity, as illustrated on this slide. Mass personalization is where everyone receives the same offering. Segment-level personalization is in which groups of customers with similar preferences are identified. An offering is developed for each segment, and individual-level personalization in which each customer receives an offering customized to his or her specific taste. It is often sensible to set the level of granularity of personalization for an element of the offering based off of the consideration of the costs and benefits. Consider, as an example, how an automobile company might manufacture specific cars for different segments of a market, but customize its sales efforts and product pricing for individual customers via an empowered sales force. Data at the customer level makes personalization at each level of granularity feasible. Overall, big data is a powerful tool that can be used to increase personalization, content filtering, and collaborative filtering in a variety of industries. And this concludes Chapter 5. Thank you.